Sarah Bell Lucas, class of 59 and 70. Francis.
Elaine McGee Brooks, class of 44.
Bertha Hopkins Brees, class of 57.
Howard Fitz, class of 41.
Mabel Bowden Wright, class of 47, and class of 52.
Mary A. Williamson Watkins, class of 1962.
Mamie V. Alston, class of 1955.
Laura Williams Sly, class of 1960.
Arthur Dupree Sanders, class of 1953.
Eurydice Williams Smith, class of 1955 and 1960. Anna Gladden Hartley, class of 54 and 73.
Amelia Thorpe, class of 1961.
David L. Harrison, class of 1951.
Arthur M. Brown, classes 1948 and 1955.
Carrie Zimmerman Matthews, class of 1954 and 1971.
Hattie Hayes Warrington, class of 1951.
Rose Tate Vaughn, class of 1962 and 1972.
Hi, my name is Mabel Stevenson, and I am a member of the North Carolina Central Alumni Choir. We have been in existence since the centennial, and we are so happy today to be able to participate in the spring concert of the University Choir on North Carolina Central's campus. Let me introduce you to the person who is in charge of the choir concert today. Mary
Harris. I am the chairman of the Choir Concert Committee, and I represent the North Carolina Central Alumni Association.
In addition to Mary, we have Professor Banks, who is in charge of and the director of the University Choir, as well as the Alumni Choir. Professor Banks.
Good afternoon, I should say. I, as she said, am the professor of voice here. I'm the choral director also, and I'm part of this wonderful, wonderful program, which includes the Golden Eagles, as well as the alumni choir and the university choir. All three in tandem for a wonderful evening. We do this every spring, right around the same time. So that's it.
And as you listen to this, please remember that he said this is done every spring, correct, Mary?
Yes, every spring.
And we hope that we can get more people to join us, to participate, to come out, because it's a wonderful afternoon of music. All alumni out there who can sing, we need you, we want you. Come on out and join us.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Ramsey Williams, and I'm here with my friend Eurydice Smith Williams. Williams Smith, who started out with the Golden Eagle Tea. So we're gonna let her start with that experience, and then tell us now her experience as a Golden Eagle.
Hello, we started this in 6 years ago. I was the very first chair of the Golden Eagle Tea, which always preceded the choir concert, the spring choir concert. Carolyn was my co-chair of my committee at that time. And we started out in the residence hall, and I can't remember what's the name of that building was, but anyway, it was a new residence hall. And that's where we started, and we have migrated now to the atrium of the B. and Duke Auditorium. And since then, we've done it every year, And after that very first year, Carolyn took charge and has done an excellent job ever since. And so as a Golden Eagle, I've been able to enjoy and be really golden and enjoy every minute of it. I came to North Carolina Central University in 1951. I graduated in 1955 with a major in French and a minor in library science and dramatic arts. My first job, I was at a union school, what they called at that time a union school, from grades 1 through 12. I was a teacher librarian. I taught French, and I was a librarian. And I left there and had a family, started my family, and came back. I spent some years in Nashville, Tennessee, came back to Durham in 1976 and became very, very active with the alumni group here. And I'm just enjoying every bit of being a Golden Eagle. My experiences here have been great. I had said to someone earlier, I met my husband at that time, who is no longer my husband, but he was at that time. We met him in the registration line my freshman year. And it's been a wonderful experience. I can't think of anything else that I need to say, but this is a great event that this committee does every year. The food this year has been wonderful. Well, it's been wonderful every year, but it gets better each year. And our attendance has been great, too. And I think, there's anything else I need to add to this? I think those are basically my experiences. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Ramsey Williams. I'm here with some Golden Eagles, and I would like them to tell you about their induction.
I'm Sarah Bell Lucas with the class of '59. I went into the Golden Eagle Society in 2009 and never had I had such a great experience as I did at that day to see classmates I had not seen in almost 50 years. And to just the feeling of being inducted in the Golden Eagle Society, having left here at 21, never thinking that you're going to be living 50 years later. It is a very special occasion for me. And I hope all of you young Eagles will look forward to become Golden Eagles and be as excited as I am even today.
My name is David L. Harris. I'm in the class of 1951. And I was inducted into the Golden Eagle Society in 2001. And it's been a very good experience. And most of the members in my class is getting very small nowadays because we're getting very old. But I've been fortunate enough to be able to come back. Since I live here in Durham, I've been here since 1947. It's been a very rewarding experience for us since I've been here. And it's been very good to meet the members of our class coming back from year to year, and hopefully that the young people coming on nowadays will stay with Central, give financially, because we'll always be looking for finance. It's been very rewarding. Thank you.
He's a finance man. I'm an enthusiastic, motivational person, but I want to thank the chapter for always remembering the Golden Eagles every year during the last week in April, at which time we really are welcomed and give us a festive occasion. And thank you so much.
Same here.
I'm here with Bertha Hopkins Breeze, class of
1957.
57, and so she's going to tell us about her experience as a inductee into the Golden Eagle Society.
Okay. First, I'll tell you that I majored in home economics, and when Miss Cooper came in, I majored in foods and nutrition. So that's what I got my degree in. And I worked very hard after I left here. They didn't need any black dietitians, so I was told to come to Philadelphia. And I went to Philadelphia, and there I was a dietitian for 7 years. And after that, I went in the school district of Philadelphia and stayed with them for 47 years. So and I'm back home now. And I came home because you may know my sister, the late Senator Jeannie Lucas. Jeannie came to visit me because I was very ill. I had arthritis very bad. And she said, you know, you need to come home. Durham is the city of medicine, and they can get you well. Now you see me, and I work just as hard now as I did back then. I am a member of the Covenant Presbyterian Church. I just left there, getting ready for a meeting, and I just work hard. I'm a hard worker, but I don't mind. And being inducted into the Golden Eagles was just wonderful. But I saw the very first one when they were inducted, and they all had on white, the men as well as the women, and I thought that was one beautiful induction. Then shortly after that, they decided to give us robes to put on, which is very nice and makes it very easy for us. We don't have to go out and buy white. We just put on a robe and we walk down the aisle, and it's very nice. These young ladies, Carol, I must say, I love these flowers. The young lady who introduced me make our flowers, and they're always a different color. Very, very pretty. And if we had to pay for these, we'd almost have to pay $10 to $15 for these flowers. But it's so nice being a Golden Eagle, because we come back and we dress up in maroon and gray. I am from the chapter of Philadelphia, and if we ever set foot on this campus, we put on maroon and gray, because the school colors are maroon and gray. And that you're saying that you love your school. So you should put that on, I think. If you don't have it, you just don't have it. But I have plenty maroon and gray. I think that's about it. I have a daughter who graduated from here. Her name is Deborah Brees. She's getting ready now to get a degree from A&T. She's summa cum laude, or magna cum laude, one of them. I graduated, thank you, Lordy. But she has this number in front of her. And she's done a wonderful job. But this is so nice. And keep it up, young ladies. And Mary, you are to be congratulated for all that you do, and all of you. And thank you so much for what you do. Pardon? Oh, who, Debbie? Yeah, I told them Debbie went to school here. She graduated from here in 1984. And now she's getting her third master's degree, or second. But I told her she should be in doctorate. She said, no, they don't want to pay us the money. So she knows what she wants to do. Have a nice day, everybody. I know I'm looking forward to this. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
We're here with Amelia Thorpe, and she's going to give us her Golden Eagle experience.
Good afternoon. This is really a treat. This is my second year being treated, and it's wonderful. It was a cloudy, cool day last year, but we make it bright because we're Golden Eagles. I'm happy to be at this wonderful occasion. I've been coming on this property, this larger area, since I was 2 years old. I came to the nursery school. The Department of Home Economics, or Home Science as it's known, was founded by the lady that ran the nursery school. So I've been here a long time. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed my years here at NCCU. And as I say, I've been a member of this larger community and this property for many years. As a teenager, I'll tell you something we did. We rode our bicycles on these, on the verdant green and down the rolling hills. And one day, someone told Dr. Elder, and he came out and admonished us. So I've been getting instruction and correction here for a long time. I especially enjoy coming back to meetings and the programs. I just came to a wonderful production last Sunday by the drama department, and I plan to hear the choir this afternoon. So this is a real treat and a very nice occasion. Thank you.
Okay. And your class?
Oh, I'm from the class of 1961.
Yes, my name is LaVon Winston. I'm Mr. Alumni 2012. And with me this evening, we have Miss Mary A. Williamson Watkins, who's going to share her testimony about the Golden Eagles.
Good evening. I'm a graduate of 1962, and this is my first Golden Eagle tea. I came to the reunion in 2012, and the way I got here today is because I got the wrong card without my name, but somebody with a different name but my address, and I opened it and I said, oh, I'm not this lady on here, but I'm a Golden Eagle. So that's how I got here today. And I majored in music and with Sam Hill, and was very excited with the choir and everything, and with French and with Dr. Irene Dobbs. And my two other siblings came here to North Carolina Central, and it has been one of the greatest pleasures of my life, and I'm just enjoying everything so far. My sibling's name was Rosa Small. She graduated in 1962. And my brother's name was Samuel Williamson, and he graduated in 1964.
Good afternoon. My name is LaVon Winston, Miss Alumni 2012. This evening I have with me Dr. Fitz, and he will be sharing his testimony as a Golden Eagle.
Okay, as she said, I am Howard Fitz. I graduated in 1941 and got a graduate degree in 1947. As a Golden Eagle, that dates back to what, 1991. I've had lots of very interesting experiences getting to know and getting to see people who were in school with me, seeing others who I taught as students here. I guess a noteworthy kind of thing was that and thanks to the influence of someone present here, was selected as a illustrious alumnus this year for the MEAC, and was given the award at the MEAC tournament. Again, I'd like to know who also shared that award too. But I'm so very glad that the Golden Eagle group was established. I was a bit involved in that, and I'm trying to think of my fellow student who had a lot to do with helping the alumni office set up the Golden Eagle unit. And it has been certainly an asset and a attract for the university. No, this was a lady from Hampton. She's, her name doesn't come to me, but she wrote an initial letter about Golden Eagles. And who was the chair of the alumni group at the time? Yeah. At any rate, that is something that I think has been very beneficial. I've enjoyed the events that have been held by the Association of Golden Eagles, and I'm always pleased to see their representation at alumni affairs, and particularly at the Founders Dinner, Founders event. And I don't think I've seen anyone get any larger applause when they were inducted and drafted into the Golden Eagles than Sarah Bell Lucas. The whole house, the whole house stood up there. Hey, Mabel. But it is a delightful event to come to that and to see the people and how happy they are to return to the campus after all those 50 years. I was fortunate enough to be around here most of the, practically all of the years I've been a Golden Eagle, but to be around here since my return from military service. I guess that's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, unless you have some questions or something, but I do better with that. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is LaVon Winston. I'm Miss Alumni 2012, and I'm here with Miss Matthews this evening.
I'm Carrie Zimmerman Matthews. I'm the class of 1954 and 1971. I received my BSc degree from here and also my master in education from here. I'm a Golden Eagle of 55 years plus. I had the experience of being the only person last name that started with a Z when I was in college, and that was Zimmerman. Now, there was an advantage of having last name starting with a Z because we had assigned seats in the B&Do auditorium. The first year I was assigned a seat, but the next year I wasn't. They didn't have enough seat to assign me a seat. So that worked out very well with that. When I came to North Carolina College then, I was influenced by teachers who had graduated from here at that time. I heard a lot of stories about Dr. Shepherd. Of course, he wasn't here when I came. Dr. Elder was here when I started school here. I've been here for a long time. I worked here. My first job was the postmistress here for 11 years. My next job was secretary experience here. And then my next job was teaching. I started to teach in the academic skills center, it was called that. And I retired in 2009. So I gave this university about 47 years plus. I enjoyed my work here. I guess you can tell that by the different position that I held, because I continued to go to school while I was here. While I was working in the post office here. And it's wonderful being part of the Golden Eagle Society. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is LaVon Winston. I'm Miss Alumni 2012, and I'm here with Miss Mamie Vincent Alston. I do apologize.
Good afternoon. My name is Mamie Vincent Alston. I am a native of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I came to North Carolina Central University to pursue a master's degree. While attending North Carolina Central University, I met a young man, and we got married. We had 35 wonderful years together, and many of you knew him, Frank Howard Austin. When he retired, he was the assistant principal of Hillside High School. He passed in 1989, but his legacy still goes on. He is fondly remembered by so many of the students at Hillside High School and North Carolina Central University. I retired from the Durham Public Schools in 1986, and I had a tenure of 40 years in the North Carolina Public Schools. I just enjoyed teaching. One member of my class and my family finished North Carolina Central, and she finished in the class of 1971, and her name is Margretha Yvonne Chambers, and presently she is serving as athletic director at Riverside High School. I look forward to attending this event every year, and it's just wonderful fellowshipping with the Golden Eagles. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have with me Ms. Elaine McGee Brooks, a Golden Eagle of NCCU, and she's going to give us some reflections about NCCU and being a Golden Eagle. Ms. Brooks.
Oh, thank you very much. My name, as she said, is Elaine McGee Brooks from Oxford, North Carolina. That's a little town up the road from North Carolina Central University. I entered North Carolina Central University in 1940. That's 40.
Oh, my.
And of course, my father's family insisted that I was too young to go off to school, to college. And my mother says, she's going to leave here. And so I came to North Carolina Central University while Dr. Shepard was the president. And believe it or not, he fell right in with the rest of the students and called me Tiny. And I don't know why, but I was called Tiny McGee. As a matter of fact, my sister was here when I was a senior. She was a freshman. And she came over to the senior dorm asking for Elaine McGee. And they said, Elaine McGee? We don't know any Elaine McGee. She said, don't you know Tiny? Oh, yes, we know Tiny. So that, of course, still goes with me. My roommate, who lives in Rockingham, still calls me Tiny. What do I remember most about North Carolina Central? The fact that I was here. Because when I came to school, it was like an extraordinary thing. It was for a black person to be able to go to school, okay, to go to a college in particular. And since I was so young, it was so nice that the classmates would help me in lots of things, because when I came to North Carolina Central, we had to provide our sheets, our pillowcases, our bed, everything, and we had to keep them clean. So one day I was in the basement trying to wash my sheets, and one of my classmates came down and said, Tiny, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just washing my sheets. She said, honey, get away, let me wash your sheet. But in those days, you had to do everything, and you didn't have money, you understand, to do other things. Another thing, these are I don't know whether this is important or not, but these are things I remember. We also had to go to the movies in groups. It was understood you could not go downtown by yourself, particularly the women. So we used to go to the movie downtown, and believe it or not, I always went as a child. So I got over and until they caught on to it and realized that I was one of the college students. What else do I? When I was a freshman, I also went out for the basketball team because I played basketball in high school. But of course, I was so small. I weighed 85 pounds, and I was so small. I don't think I made the team. But Dr. Robinson was very good. He was also my math advisor, so he let me hang around. Another thing I remember, we had to always pass a swimming test in order to graduate. Coach McLendon was the swimming teacher. And of course, me being a little country girl, I was afraid of water. So by the end of the semester, however, he got me confidence enough to sit on the side of the pool and jump in head first. And he gave me a C. So there are a lot of nice things I remember about North Carolina Central University. However, when I went to graduate school, in those times, a lot of times black students had to take a placement test or some other courses to make them qualify for entrance. Now, I went to Columbia, and I didn't have to take any advanced tests. So I was very pleased about that. Not only that, it showed what type of training I was getting at North Carolina Central University. I've always been interested in athletics, even though by being tiny in stature, I can't do much, you know. Even now, okay, I'm an Eagle Club member. I was a charter member, in fact. I'm a life member with the alumni. I attend the basketball games and the football games, home and away. And of course, all of that just keeps me young. Of course, I have other things I do other than things applying to North Carolina Central. I also own a travel agency. And I've been all over the world. I've taken groups all over the world. But one of my most interesting trips was one I had in 2011, and that was to Dubai. And that was really a very fascinating trip. Now, I don't know how much time I have, but I think that you know a lot about Tiny McGee, or L.A. McGee Brooks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you so much, Tiny.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Ramsey Williams, class of 73, but I'm here with a Golden Eagle class of
1954.
54. This is Anna Hartley.
Hi. Hello. And what do you want from me?
Tell us about your experiences with the Golden Eagles, a little bit about your undergraduate career.
Okay. My home is in Thomasville, North Carolina. And I know you know that place because it has a big chair in the middle of the city. I came to North Carolina Central University after wanting to go to Bennett and wanting to go to A&T, and my mother said no, no, no. So I ended up here, sight unseen, and loved every minute of it. I haven't regretted it, not for one day. I sang in the choir, which I loved, under Mr. Sam Hill. He was like a papa to all of us. It was a great experience, and I got a lot out of it that I've used lately, especially in the church, because I'm still singing. I didn't come to college to work on toward a job. I came to I came to college because I didn't want to go to work. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so my first job after I graduated was in National Broadcasting Company in New York. But New York was a little bit much for us, so I came back to Central and got my master's degree in counseling. And when I went to high school, I never had a counselor. But I had gotten a job as a counselor. I said, I'd better get myself together for this thing. So that's what I did. And I've loved every minute of that. My life has really been good. And I think I owe a lot of it to North Carolina Central University and my experiences here and the knowledge that I gained here. I love it, and I come back every chance I get. And I hope that someday I'll see you. Thanks so much.
Good afternoon. We have with us this afternoon Ms. Mabel Bowden Wright, a Golden Eagle, and she will give us some reflections about her experience at NCCU, North Carolina Central University, and also being a Golden Eagle. Ms. Wright.
I graduated in 1947 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Commerce. And I received my master's and I graduated from North Carolina College, of course, for Negroes. Don't want to leave that out. And I received my master's degree in Commerce in 1952. I'm from Clinton, North Carolina, and I attended the Sampson County Training High School. I enjoyed my years at North Carolina College, and I was under the jurisdiction of Dr. James E. Shepard. He was very strict, and a lot of the students complained about it, but I was accustomed to strictness because I was reared by my grandmother, Mamie B. Simmons. After I graduated from North Carolina College in 1947, my first job was at Lincoln Hospital as secretary to the superintendent of the hospital. And I worked there just a few months in the summer. My second job was at my high school, under Dr. W.H. Watson, who was a well-known principal in North Carolina. I went to Raleigh to work in 1949 as secretary to the executive director of the North Carolina Teachers Association, which at that time was the association for the predominantly black teachers, well, for all black teachers, really. I worked there for until 1949. I went there in 48. I worked there until 49, and Dr. Harold L. Trigg, who was the president of St. Augustine's College, now university, offered me a job as secretary to his office. So I went to work for him, and I worked there for 40 years. While I was there, I got my master's and began to teach. So I retired from teaching after 40 years. I didn't teach all those years. I was secretary some of the years. I taught in the division of business at St. Augustine's College. I taught for many years, and I enjoyed it. But when the civil rights movement came along, the students got so they didn't want to learn anything, so I decided that I didn't want to teach anymore. So the Lord always takes care of you. So I got an opportunity to be an administrator at Shaw University. And I was in that, I guess, for about 3 weeks when I knew I wasn't a paper pusher. So I started praying to the Lord, let me get back in the classroom. So he did, and I taught at Shaw for 4 years. And they had a change in administration for presidents. Dr. James Cheek hired me, and he left after 1 year. And Dr. King Cheek came in and took over as president. When he came, he called me in and told me that for financial reasons, they were going to discontinue my department. I was an administrative assistant in the operations and analysis, and that was just pushing paper. So he said, Mrs. Wright, you can have your choice of being a secretary to me because I understand that's what you were doing at St. Aug at one time. I said, yes, that's right. He said, or you can work in the registrar's office. I understand you work there. I said, yes, I worked there in the summer when we didn't have summer school. He said, and I also understand that you taught. I said, yes, I taught in the Department of Business. He said, well, you can have your choice of either one of those. I said, I'll take the teaching position. He said, well, you don't have to tell me today. He said, you got the rest of the summer to make up your mind, and you can tell me sometimes later in the spring. So I said, I know what I want to do. I want to be a teacher. So I went into the classroom. I worked there for 4 years. Dr. Robinson was the president at St. Augustine's College, and I never let my ties with him die. And so he offered me a job to come back to St. Aug when they decided that they didn't need me as a teacher at Shaw anymore. And I went back to St. Aug, and as I said previously, I worked there for 20 years more, and I retired after 40 years. I've had an interesting career. I worked with students. I love students. I enjoyed my career at Shaw. I enjoyed my career at St. Aug. I enjoyed my career at Lincoln Hospital, although it was short. And I enjoyed my career at the high school where I worked, and also as the secretary to the executive secretary. I am married to Leslie Wright, who's a former teacher and coach, graduate of A&T. I say that, softly. and we don't have any children of our own, but we have many, many adopted children, our students. So I've had an interesting career and an enjoyable career. I'm 86 now. I'm still able to take care of myself and my husband and to take myself where I need to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wright.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Ramsey Williams, class of 73, NCCU, and I have here Dr. Harold.
Dr. Walter.
Walter M. Brown, class of?
1948 and 1955.
48 and 55, and he's going to give you his Golden Eagle experience.
Oh, my Golden Eagle experience.
Anything you want to tell us about NCCU?
Well, I talked with a recent graduate of NCCU. I saw him at the fish market in Forest Hills. He was wearing an NCCU sweater. I asked about himself. He graduated with a degree in nursing. Said he was one of 5 men to graduate that year in nursing. Then he asked, when did I graduate? I said, well, the first degree was 1948. The second degree was 1955. Wow, he said. Actually, the president of North Carolina College, when I took my doctorate, was Dr. Alfonso Elder, the person for whom the Student Union building is named, and the second president of North Carolina College, then North Carolina College for Negroes, later to become North Carolina College at Durham. He succeeded the man who was president of North Carolina College for Negroes when I came here as a freshman, Dr. James E. Shepard. Both men inspired me greatly. It so happened in 1950 that the state of North Carolina decided that could no longer, or would, whatever reason they gave, we know what the reason was, that they would no longer offer a PhD program for African Americans. They would set up one at what was then regarded as the, I want to say premier, but that's the equivalent. Black college in North Carolina College at Durham. And so they established in 1952 a doctoral program at North Carolina College at Durham. There were 5 persons admitted, or 5 persons completed the program. I happened to be the first and the only one the year that I took my degree. There were, oh yes, I remember now, number of persons who have the degree marvel when I tell them that there were 13 persons on my doctoral examination. I guess they were curious to see what this first one would be like. And so it was that after I took my degree, I became director of the College Placement Bureau. I had always wanted to be a college counselor. So when I went to New York University, the master's degree that I got before I took the doctorate here, I looked forward to returning to Durham to be the college counselor. Someone beat me to it.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, his name was Roger Russell. He became the first college counselor, but then he took leave of absence to study at University of Pennsylvania, either University of Pennsylvania or Penn State, I'm not sure which. He took leave of absence, and I was appointed to replace him for the time that he was away. So my dream finally came true. I was the college counselor.
Oh, I know. And you returned this to
Yes,
Eagle Land.
yes, returned to Eagle Land. My girlfriend became my wife. We were classmates in 1948. And she stayed with me. She supported me. As a matter of fact, she typed my doctoral dissertation.
Okay.
She was my, shall I say, my ace in the hole all the way. She left us in 2008. I miss her as if she was our way. I miss her as if she was here yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any advice
49.
for any future Eagles?
Love of yourself to the extent that you want to make the best of yourself. And I don't know that you could do that any better than becoming a student and an alumnus of North Carolina Central University.
All right. Yes, I'm Carolyn Ramsey Williams, and I'm here with Arthrell Dupree Sanders, who is a Dupree Sanders, who is a Golden Eagle, and she's going to share her Golden Eagle experience.
Yes, I am a Golden Eagle. In fact, this year we're coming up on our 60th anniversary, graduation anniversary, so we are celebrating 60 years after graduating from NCCU. We are anticipating the return of our classmates. We started being a class that had a regular reunion, a strong reunion from the very beginning. George Nixon was our first president after we graduated. George Nixon is now in an advanced stage of poor health. He does not recognize people, and he doesn't talk, but he is still alive, and he is very fortunate to have two daughters who are taking care of him at home. At least that's the way it was the last time I was in touch with them. So our class goes back that far. We lost two of our class leaders, Lindsay Merritt and Fred McNeil, as young men, relatively young men, especially Lindsay Merritt. And both of them died in service to NCCU. Lindsay was working, and Fred had retired, but he was off on business for our class when he had an automobile accident. And I became president after that. I had been secretary for I don't know how many years. I became chair of our class after that. Now I have a co-chair, Winifred Tillery, and we've been working together since 2000 and let's see, must have been 2003. Yes, it was 2003, and we have contacted our class members who are still alive, asking them to come back to contribute to our scholarship fund. We're working hard trying to have $100,000 to present as our, not the whole $100,000 for this year, but we hope to raise it to $100,000 so that we can offer our first scholarship after this incoming school year. We want
to be able to have some money that can grow and that young people can use to come to NCCU. We remember the old days. We remember when we knew everybody by name, when all the faculty members and staff members knew us, when the night watchman could see us on the street and say to us, you know you're not supposed to be doing that. Aren't you supposed, in the curfew time? And we are loyal to NCCU. We have great hopes for the school. We enjoy seeing it grow. We are looking forward to ways that we can help the new chancellor. So we are planning to invite her to talk with us, share with us what we can do to help her. We're excited that it's a woman after all these years. And I don't know what else to say except that I am renewed in spirit every time I come back to this campus. I taught on this campus for more than 40 years. I retired first in '98, again in 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and I'm finally really retired, except that I worked with the Centennial from 2007 through, maybe it was 8, through it was 7 through 2010. And just putting my feet on this soil does something for me. And the same thing is for my husband. He's not an NCCU graduate, but he's an honorary member of my class. He pays class assessments like everybody else. And he taught here too from 1960 to 1990. He taught music. And I taught English. And he too, he's a dementia victim right now, but he's here with me today. This is one of his good days. And he'll be talking about being on this campus for I don't know how long. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We have with us this afternoon Dr. Rose Tate Vaughn, a Golden Eagle of North Carolina Central University. She will give us some reflections about her experience here at North Carolina Central and her Golden Eagle experience. Dr. Vaughn.
Thank you. I came to North Carolina Central University from a very small town, Morganton, North Carolina. So I was typically one of the very green freshmen. Small class. My high school class had 44 students in it. So you can tell, or you might know, that I was very excited and very afraid at the same time. For instance, I had been told not to get Dr. Isla Blue for English. And wouldn't you know, my advisor put me down for her. I was so pleased in her class that from that point on, when I registered myself, she was the first one I registered for, and all of my other classes around it. And so you might say that Central really changed me from green to pink. As here on campus, I became an AK. I pledged my freshman year, second semester, and pledged the Ivy League Club then and went into the sorority first semester my sophomore year. You could typically say that Central made me who I am today. My career was identified and started here. I've been very pleased with my career. I came back here and earned my master's here in '72 and later on my doctorate at UNC Greensboro. Some people say that what you learn in elementary school. I can say everything that I learned right here at dear old NCCU, Sloping Hills, Verdant Green. And so I still say that when I die, I will be an eagle dead. I became a Golden Eagle just last year, so it has been just a few months. I can't comment a lot about experiences as a Golden Eagle, but my experiences as an Eagle have been outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vaughn.
This is Rose Tate Vaughn again. Wanted to say just one more thing. It's very serious. I've been listening to the news and have heard lately that there's an issue about whether or not we should do away with HBCUs. My answer to that is never, never, ever. What we need to do is to support them more. After all, the HBCUs were designed for us when no one else would take us. And we still need the HBCUs for the students whom no one else would take currently, because they still exist. We still need them very much. We just need to support them more. Thank you.
That was good. That was good.